Yo, what's up, guys? It's your boy, Cyphex, and remember a long time ago when I used to do those top fives? Well, we're bringing them back and we're making them twice as long. So I'm gonna do a few top tens revolving around the Xbox 360 experience. And this first uh, episode, or whatever you want to call it, part is going to be my top 10 favorite and best experiences through single player games on the 360. This is for anybody who wants some nostalgia, since the one is coming out very soon, and 7 weeks might seem like a long time, but it's gonna be here in a blink of an eye. Or this might be some people who just want to experience some games that they might have missed out on, and want to grind some good times. So here we go at number 10. Actually, before I get into it, I just want to mention that there are a few multiplayer games that I'm leaving out on this list that have excellent campaigns, such as Gears of War and of course Halo 3, but they'll get their time to shine in different segments. So number 10, we have a surprise maybe to some of you, but for me it's Fear 2, a game that I have beaten a few times and attempted to do a let's play back in, I want to say, February 2010 or 2009, not sure which year, but I never finished it. I got to like episode 10 and I did all the recording, but I never uploaded it. I apologize for that. But this game had easily some of the scariest sequences of all time in a video game. Like, I've seen Slender footage, and that shit doesn't hold a candle to what the elementary school level and the nurse's office school level did to me. You play as, I think, Samuel Beckett. Pretty much, one of those guys who will have superpowers for some unknown reason. He's connected to everything, and he doesn't talk, just like a main character, in Call of Duty. And you're led by a female lieutenant, I think. Can't remember her name. And, you end up, after a nuclear bomb goes off, you go through the entire game being haunted by this fucking Samara looking bitch. This goddamn 14-year-old white girls with long hair. Actually, they're probably Japanese. They are fucking horrifying, man. And then in level 8, you have to go through an elementary school. And there's a part where you can see where you have to get to through a hallway. And when I did it, I played, with my Astros on, volume way too loud, and with no lights on at like 3 in the morning. And I actually got stuck trying to get to the other side. And I literally had to take the headphones off and turn on the light and take like a good 5-minute break, just sitting there in my chair with the game paused. And it spooked the fuck out of me. I thought it was real. I mean, the difference between games with headphones and without is probably as big as any difference, People might think that HDMI is so much better than just component. No. The headphones make the experience real. And I had to take them off and pause the game and turn the light on. So, when I was refocused and ready, I restarted the checkpoint and I rushed through in about 30 seconds, and it was still horrifying. And then the next level, they pretty much do the same thing, but it's even more claustrophobic, and there's more enemies, and it was just, ugh. But yeah, that game's awesome. The only problem with it, I tried to play the game again, and the controls are sluggish as fuck, and your character moves really slow. So I don't know if I'd recommend buying it new. I'd never actually recommend that. I mean, if you can pick it up really cheap and, you want to speed run it, or just maybe look up some videos. Actually, I've tried looking up some videos and they're not the best, but yeah. Fear 2 is number 10. And at number 9, coming in pretty high, or is it pretty low? We're not low. We have the Assassin's Creed series up until AC3, which probably made the placing of this much. Is it higher or lower? I guess lower, right? Yeah, low is bad. AC3 sucks. That'll be in a different segment, more detailed later on. But Assassin's Creed 1, for its time, it's established the foundation of a really good series. I think I've said this before, it's a lot like Sly Cooper, but with humans. Pickpocketing, you just run around higher ground and just destroy people. But it was very repetitive. The side missions were all the same, 3 side missions. But it definitely established what the series could do. And in Assassin's Creed 2, they completely took advantage of all of the things that it could do. Opened the world up. Gave the character a lot more possibilities. You went from Altair to Ezio. Ezio's a stud. And just the amount of free roaming and beating the game on your own terms is always nice. You can pretty much control the city and make money off of it. The Desmond storyline is pretty whack, but playing as the assassin in Assassin's Creed 2, Brotherhood and Revelations is definitely worth it. And Assassin's Creed 3 is not. Okay. Coming in at number 8 is a game that I still would like to do a Let's Play for, but I want to live stream it. And that is Dust, an Elysium Tale, an Xbox Live arcade game that came out, I think, last year in the summer of arcade. This game is tremendously well done. It's a 2D side-scroller with insane combat, where you can get over 1,000 hit combos pretty easily once you're nice and leveled up and in certain spots of the game. It has pretty good writing and storytelling. You run around with, one of those classic, annoying little floating fucking what the hell is Fidget? She's like a cat that can fly with long ears, and she has a really high-pitched voice, so you can only imagine her possibilities. But you play as Dust, and this motherfucker can kick some ass, and it really makes you, by the end, feel for the characters. I think I almost cried in the last cutscene. The game is really, really well done, though. I really especially liked the combat, and just absolutely dominating fools with, what is it, the whirlwind attack or the tornado attack. Man, I haven't played a lot of these games in a long time. It's kind of sad. But yeah, definitely recommend you to pick up that game. And the early levels can be kind of tedious because you don't have too many abilities, but once you get about an hour and a half in, you're good to go and you won't want to stop. Storytelling is really, really well done, especially if you go through like the side missions and stuff. It's a really, really good game. Number 7 is a game that I just Let's Played and uploaded 2 parts of. A 2-parter, I should say. Mirror's Edge. And this game would probably be higher if it didn't kick my ass a lot, and it will kick your ass. Steep learning curve. I'm surprised that any review company actually gave it a decent rating, because none of them are ever good at their games. And that game, if you play, to never lose momentum and to just run around that world at full speed, it is insanely difficult. It's a first-person adventure game where you are just scaling buildings 24/7, and the visuals are fucking insane. I love the colors of the world. The story is alright, but it's the gameplay combined with the visuals and the decent soundtrack that really did it for me. But yeah, the game would be ranked a lot higher if it was probably a little bit more forgiving, and if the story was a little bit longer. Whoa. If you speedrun that game, I've seen videos where you can beat it in like less than an hour and 20 minutes. When you beat it your first time, it's probably going to take 10 hours. That's the difference in skill gap and just knowledge of the routes that you should take. You know, if you get the speedrunning achievements, the missions, the longest speedrunning mission is like 11 minutes, and all the other ones are less than 10. And there's only 9 missions, so you can do the math. And number 6 is definitely a blockbuster of a game, but would be ranked a lot higher if you didn't have to play as fucking Jack Marston. So what am I talking about? Of course, Red Dead Redemption. God, this game was so good. It was just excellent. And you knew that he was gonna eat it at the end. But because it was a free roamer, they had to make it so you could keep playing, right? So you play as his fucking... Oh man, what a good game though. And the opening stretch and herding cows everywhere with Bonnie McFarlane, not fun, right? But once you get to Mexico and on, 10 out of 10 for sure. And hunting all like the legendary animals and stuff, awesome game. Red Dead Redemption, definitely up there. And at number 5, another game that you need headphones for. Whoa! But yeah, number 5, Limbo. Xbox Live Arcade. I think 2 years ago, Summer of Arcade, or maybe 3. It came out the summer that Inception came out, so I'm gonna say 3 years ago. Really, really, really well done. Black and white, 2D, just what the fuck is going on kind of game. And it doesn't necessarily have like an intense soundtrack, but it has like that ambient like hum. Ambient? It has like that constant hum throughout the entire game. And I don't even think you can hear it unless you have your TV fucking cranked. But if you have headphones on, you can perfectly hear it. And it builds up when you're in danger. And the sequences with the spider are fucking flawless. And he will kill you the first couple times you try to fight him. That motherfucker will stab you right in the head and then fling you off. You're dead. But yeah, Limbo is awesome. Might have to do a playthrough of that too when I finally get my Twitch sorted out. Number 4 is a tie between BioShock 1 and BioShock Infinite. I've told this story before. It took me months to get into BioShock 1, and then once I finally did, I played it for like 12 hours straight and stayed up until 10 a.m. beating it, and I haven't played it since. The game is fucking awesome once you figure it out. The story is raw as shit, and then of course BioShock Infinite, when it... should I spoil it? No, I'm not gonna spoil it. That game's awesome. It does have its flaws though. Like I think a few reviews have pointed out, this, like the combat doesn't really ever feel useful in certain situations, and the... Oh shit, I have no idea what their name was. What the hell are the black people called in that game? The minorities and the poor people don't really tie into the ending at all, which is kind of a shame. But everything else is top tier. If they could make BioShock Infinite a TV show, 1 season, 10 episodes for like HBO or Showtime, and make sure good people are doing it, that'd be sick. Alright, so yeah, BioShock, awesome. BioShock 2, no. Number 3, coming in insanely high, is another tie of Naruto Storm Generations 2 and 3. One of the complaints I had about Storm 3 was that you never, like, no one loses, you know? I don't know if you guys have played the game, probably not. I tried doing a Let's Play, but nobody's watching, and I could still easily finish it though. But nobody, you don't lose throughout the entire like 20 hours of playing. There is no adversity. Naruto just shits on everything, which isn't that bad. You know, I love when they just shit on everybody. That's one of the problems with Superman, is how do you give him adversity when kryptonite is his only weakness, you know? He just will fucking destroy everyone. But Storm 2, I played it after Storm 3, and that game is awesome. The Sasuke Itachi fucking battle, and you know, storytelling, and just Sasuke leaving and fighting Orochimaru. That game is top tier. Cutscenes everywhere. The free roaming is bottom tier. Absolutely horrible. But if you just speed run it and don't try to collect anything and don't try to get any of the achievements or titles, Storm 2 has one of the best stories I've ever seen in my life. Coming in at number 2 is another, actually the only trilogy, well, maybe not, and that is of course Mass Effect. I mean, I couldn't leave Mass Effect out for that long, right? But it's not number 1. So what can number 1 be? Yeah, Mass Effect 1, once you get past like level 18, you're hooked, because your powers won't take 74 seconds to recharge anymore. Probably my favorite story out of the 3. And then Mass Effect 2, don't play as an adept on your first try with no previous save data, because that's not fun. Level 1 adept sucks, but level 30 Sentinel rips. Alright? And then Mass Effect 3, controversial ending, of course, but I liked it. The whole same thing though with 3 is terrible, but I liked when he was talking to Starchild. I talked about this before, I think. I said how his tone of voice when talking to the kid at the end, it was like he accepted his fate. He accepted defeat. He accepted victory. Whatever was going to happen, he accepted it, and he was just talking to him like, you know, nothing else was going to stop him for whatever his decision was going to be after the conversation. Like, he wasn't angry, you know. I really liked how they did that. And everything after you land on Earth, it also has that Limbo hum where you can hear sirens in the background like the entire time, and you're just going through fighting all the marauders and brutes. That's fucking awesome too. But yeah, Mass Effect, of course, is top tier. And then coming in at number 1 is hopefully another trilogy, and that's the Arkham trilogy. Arkham Origins is coming out in 3 weeks. I haven't seen any footage of that game besides the multiplayer, and I'm no-lifing it. I might stay up all night playing that shit. It's going to be so sick. And if it's better than Arkham City, then I will bow down. There's a reason why I'm buying the collector's edition. I've already got like 118 down on it. That game is gonna be so fucking raw. Batman Arkham City has some of the best combat and storytelling and pacing and just roaming of any game ever made. Batman kicks ass. He encounters a lot of, you know, villains and even good guys from the series. You know, the storytelling is just fucking sick. I don't know how anybody in TCG hasn't played these games yet. You know why? They're fucking noobs, man. These kids are noobs. But yeah, Batman, get it. Awesome. So yeah, those was my top 10 single player experiences in order on the 360. Hopefully by this time next year, I'll have 10 more to talk about on the 1. But yeah, peace.